This is a Fox News Alert. I'm Brett Baer in Washington. He was once a rising star in the Republican Party, spoken of as a possible vice presidential candidate at one point, and one day, who knows? Now, Bob McDonnell's political career and his life are in tatters. McDonnell and his wife are convicted this afternoon, were convicted on multiple corruption and obstruction counts, ending a dramatic fall from grace for what once appeared to be the perfect public couple. Correspondent Molly Henneberg has tonight's top story.
Mobbed by media cameras, Bob McDonnell, the first governor of Virginia to be convicted of a felony, left the courthouse today after the jury found him guilty on 11 counts of corruption.
My trust remains in the Lord.
McDonnell and his wife Maureen, convicted on 9 charges, wept as the verdict was read. The prosecution team, while successful in court, still called it a, quote, difficult day.
Public service frequently requires sacrifice and almost always requires financial sacrifice. When public officials turn to financial gain in exchange for official acts, we have little choice but to prosecute the case.
McDonnell, once considered a possible Republican vice presidential running mate for Mitt Romney in 2012, was convicted, along with his wife, of accepting more than $165,000 in loans and gifts from Virginia businessman Johnny Williams in exchange for a special promotion of one of Williams' company's products. Here's Hank Asbill, Bob McDonnell's attorney, after leaving the courtroom.
I'm obviously very disappointed that we couldn't bring this home for our client today, and we will appeal.
Legal experts said the judge's instructions to the jury, specifically his definition of what constitutes an official act by a public official, may form part of the defense's appeal.
By the judge giving the jurors a very broad ruling of what it means to be acting in your official capacity, he makes the prosecutor's job much easier in proving their case beyond a reasonable doubt that, in fact, he accepted these gifts in his capacity as the governor.
And not as a friend, Idala says. Sentencing is set for January 6th. Political analysts say McDonnell's conviction is a cautionary tale for politicians.
There's a national lesson here. Just because you're a star politically, just because your star is rising, doesn't mean that you have a blank check to do anything.
There were media reports earlier this year that McDonnell was offered a plea deal, calling for him to plead guilty to 1 felony fraud charge, and his wife would not have had to face any charges. McDonnell reportedly rejected the deal. Today, Sabato called it a, quote, horrible mistake. Brett?